Hi, my name is Paul. I'm a hypnotherapist and I also train and mentor other hypnotherapists. I've got a brilliant question, one of the best questions I've had in quite a while, and I'm going to just refer to my phone to read it out because it's quite detailed. Listen closely, it's a great one. I did a session with a client and got absolutely nowhere. Nothing came up, no UMs or anything. Then they emailed me saying they didn't want to share this, but they discovered the Earth has been invaded by aliens disguised as humans, and they're sure that's behind their issue because nobody believes them. What do you even do with that? Okay, so this question comes from a very successful hypnotherapist, somebody I hold in quite high esteem. And I think it's really courageous of that person to actually ask the question in the first place. There are several points I want to cover. First of all, do not judge. If your client believes in little green men or lizard people, that, the Illuminati, world conspiracies, that the earth is flat, that's their belief. Just because I don't believe in that doesn't necessarily mean say I'm right. Well, hopefully I am, but the client believes that. So that's the client's belief. That's their choice. So first of all, don't judge them. It's so important. In a video a few days ago, maybe one of the reels that I've been doing, I talk about know, like, and trust. This is why it's so important that the client feels they can trust you. They need to be able to confide in you and share things with you. Now, as a conversational hypnotherapist, this is mega. Yeah. This is how we help the client fix their problems, get their breakthroughs, all that kind of good stuff. They have to know us. That comes via our content, our lives, our reels, that kind of thing. Like, well, yeah, they've got to be, at least neutral about us. If they hate us, you've got no chance. But the most important of all three is they have to trust us. This is why I do not record my sessions. This is why I do not record my strategy calls. They're confidential, and I stress this enormously with my clients when they get on the Zoom with me. I say to them, look, it's between you and me. No one is going to hear about this. So don't judge, and make sure your client understands that the session is totally and completely and utterly confidential. The next point I want to make up is, well, not make up, is the question I want to ask, is you have to be curious. You have to really focus in on the client, not checking your phone when you're in a session, not thinking, well, I've got, 15 minutes left and I hope I get it finished by then because I've got another one booked in. No, your whole, I don't know, soul, if you like, has to be 100% focused on your client. You've got to be listening intently. You've got to be looking at what's happening to their face, what's happening with their hands, their shoulders. Are they doing anything? Are they sweating, perspiring? What's going on? You've got to really zoom in on your client to see what is going on, because it is so easy to miss UMs or unconscious moments. Some of them can be over like that. But it doesn't matter, because if there's lots of really, really short UMs, you can stack them up to get to a situation where the client will go into what we call trance. Sometimes the UMs are auditory. They're not visible visually. Maybe they go, they sigh, or or they cough. They do something that's not part of their usual routine. You have to be alert for them. You have to ask questions, not from the list that you've written and pick from the list. You've got to be open to asking different questions, because we're all unique. We all have different experiences, different beliefs, different backgrounds. And clearly, this client has a very unique belief. You have to ask, no, I'm going to rephrase that. You have to become the therapist that isn't afraid to ask difficult questions. You've got to become the therapist that asks the questions other therapists are scared to ask. For example, in this particular issue, I'd have said to the client, what are you not telling me? What is it you're not sharing with me? What's really going on here? Let's call the client Susan. What's really going on here, Susan? How come you're not really relaxed? I can feel, what is it? What are you not telling me? What do you feel unable to share with you? Or to share with me rather? Yeah. What do you feel unable to share? What's the situation? What is the issue? And then when they come back and go, well, nobody believes me because they're not human. They're aliens. We've been taken over. Okay. Then you can start asking more curious questions. What makes you believe we're all aliens? What signs you getting? How do you know they're aliens? Who is an alien? Do you believe they're aliens or is it a fact they're aliens? You see, there's lots and lots and lots of different questions you could ask the client, but you have to ask the question. Just because they believe in little green men, it doesn't matter. You have to ask the question. This is where traditional hypnotherapy falls flat. I just had a client this morning, a strategy call, and the client said to me, "I've had, hypnotherapy before for anxiety, and all I got was, 3 sessions of relaxation, which was great, but it didn't solve my problem." Conversational hypnosis or advanced conversational hypnosis, get rid of this. Yeah, we can help the client by listening, by being attentive, and by asking questions, and by being totally focused, by being almost like a blank slate. Don't bring your opinions, don't bring your views, don't bring your thoughts, don't bring your beliefs into the session. Be as blank as you possibly can. Because that way then you can absorb, you can visualize, you can see, you can read, you can listen to what the client's really saying. And sometimes what the client's not saying. That's why you've got to ask the difficult questions. Our job isn't to become the client's mate. It's not to become the client's friend. It's even not to become the client's confidant in that respect. We're here to help a client deal with a problem. And that means being blunt sometimes. That means, come on, Paul, you're not telling the truth, are you? Use silence. It's another one of your tools to help your client get the results they need. So, fabulous question. The synopsis: be curious, ask questions, don't judge. And one extra thing that I haven't mentioned: practice. If you're having a hard time spotting unconscious moments, either auditory or visual ones, get yourself into practice with other therapists. Take some time to practice. Take some time to just say, okay, today I'm going to spend an hour with Paul and I'm just going to look for UMs, or I'm just going to ask some difficult questions. Doesn't matter, but start practicing. Because when you're with clients, yeah, I know you're going to feel the pressure to get a result, but when you're practicing, you don't have to get a result. You can just observe and listen and learn and have some fun with it. If you're a hypnotherapist and you're stuck with a client, you've got questions that you want answers to, drop me a line and I'll do a video for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.